Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's great to be here. I want to thank Tom McClellan and his staff, our media relations staff, for everything that they've done in putting this event on. Also want to thank Aramark, our catering group, for providing a great lunch today. All of our staff that's here with us today, thanks for coming out and supporting our program. Appreciate that, too. It has been 3 months since I've been on the job, and I have been from Blowing Rock to New Bern to a lot of points in between, and it's been great. The Pirate Nation has fully embraced me and Jay Batt and Shelley Binniger, our other new staff member that's here with us today. It's been wonderful to get out and about and meet with people and understand how important ECU athletics is to this region, to our state, and certainly to Greenville. And I'm really proud to be a part of it. In the last few days, I've had a chance to really get to know some of our coaches, our football coaches, had a chance to socialize and fellowship with them and their families earlier this week. And then Coach McNeill allowed me to speak to the team the other night. And then I got so excited after doing that, I went out and watched the fitness test that Coach Connors put on. And that was a lot of fun. We've got a great group of young men that I'm very impressed with, their attitude, how hard they've been working all summer, and I'm really impressed with our coaching staff and everybody that's been a part of this program for the last 3 years as Coach McNeill begins his 4th year. It's my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce Coach McNeill. I found out a little bit about him. He's a hugger, regardless of how sweaty he is, so you better be ready. And I also know that he bleeds purple, and he defines everything we love about ECU. Coach McNeill, come on up.
Well, I appreciate Coach, and again, I welcome Coach and Jay and Shelley here to the Pirate Nation and our family. And every time we've had a chance to speak and been in settings where we have to talk, whether it was a Pirate Club or whatever it was, but especially around our Pirate Nation, our Pirate family, about how they would embrace and how Coach and Shelley and Jay, they've embraced Pirate Nation and the tradition and the pride that we have here. So I'm glad you're here. And everything we do here at East Carolina has been done through what I term as great organizational input. And it will not stop or slow down, but if anything, it will keep and continue to ascend. Coach uses the word when he first had his first press conference of comprehensive excellence. And that means everything entitled, everything told in that group. And I think that's a word that's really stuck with me, as having comprehensive excellence. And I can tell you he started that, and it's going to be great, and we're looking forward to it. I'm like Tom, excited to see you guys again. I see some of you a lot, and it's fun to see you guys. You guys look a lot younger. Is that good? Can I help you on that? You guys look good, look fit. Y'all have been training very hard and working for this day. I'm sure you look like you have, and like you've been part of the coach. I missed some of you on fantasy camp day. No response? Don't take one of these recorders and do it to you like this, like I did, but you look good, and I welcome you here. I'm glad you're here for our day, and it's our 4th one. Our players are looking forward to it. We talked to them about it last night and being here for you. Tom and his staff does a great job. He's the best I've been around in 33 years of coaching, and 27 on the college level, whatever it is now, of handling our players and our coaches to be prepared. And you guys do a great job yourself. You have a job to do, and you do it well. I've had nothing but respect from each one of you, with myself and our staff and our players, and I appreciate that, and I mean that too. We're excited to be here as each year for us, and for me personally, but I know I speak on behalf of all of our coaches, how exciting it is to start each season, how exciting it is to get around your kids, to get around your players. For me, it's getting around our coaches as well in our staff meetings and preparing for the season. I was asked about some of our opponents, and when we start preparing for them, we start the minute we finish spring recruiting, preparing for our next year's opponent. So, but then we have a break where we have some vacation blended in there, and then we come back and everything starts again. That's when the excitement starts again for me, getting around our coaching staff. I'm very fortunate to have a great group of men and women who work in the office, but fortunate to have a great group of men I work with each day. They don't work for me. We work together. We do it as a group. We do it as a team, just like we ask our team to. So I was excited about getting around and watching them from summer to see how our players would come in. We challenged them to attack the summer, attack the process, preparation, mentally, physically, and they've done that. Coach Connors and his staff have done a magnificent job with the cooperation and the embracing by our players of off-season conditioning. Coach Connors is one of the most demanding strength coaches I've been around. And we reported, and Coach Compler was there at that 6:30 conditioning test, and Coach Wiley, my assistant head coach, mentioned our kids attacked the test. And that was great to see. So, and they continue to do that in practice. So I'm very proud of our group and where we go. We've only been in shorts and helmets. I know it's not much you can tell as far as the physical part of your team without having shoulder pads and full gear on. But the first 2 days, for me, I'm very pleased with where we are. We know we have room to grow and room to get better, but coming back with a bunch that they've been around us, some for 3 years, 2 years, our staff, the continuity among that group, being able to dive into practice, ask them to do things, demand they do things, expect they do things at a different level, because of the experience we have, has made this fall camp even smoother than the other ones. And we've always had smooth camps, so I appreciate that. I'll talk some personnel things right now, just before we get into it a little bit more, and you can ask me questions. Matt Milner, our two-time academic All-American in defensive line, one of our leaders, graduated last spring. Probably could have graduated 2 years ago, smart as he is. But Matt had 2 hip surgeries back to back, and I've had one, so I can imagine at my age trying to have 2. Matt decided not to come back. I mentioned it to a group yesterday when we spoke and met after practice. Matt Milner will not be on the team. He's going to start pursuing his intern and trying to find a graduate program that fits his degree. And he wants to. We've talked all summer about it, and he's been toying back and forth. But he'll dive into either engineering or whatever. But it wasn't surprising me to see Matt be president of the United States here not too long. And but whatever he does, he's going to be successful. We miss him out on the field. His leadership, football, one of the toughest hombres I've been around, one of the toughest football players I've been around. So if Matt Miller told me he's still hurting, then it's something tough. So Matt will not be back. We have some other players working through some scenarios I cannot comment on right now, and I won't comment on, but we hope to be able to comment on here in a couple of weeks, here in a week or so, or soon, briefly, or soon. Tristan Muffet has withdrawn from school. We wish Tristan well and wish him luck in his endeavors. Look forward to getting these guys back from injury, hopefully quickly. But Xavier Smith, one of our signees, getting him back. Ryan Revia, one of our offensive linemen that we're counting on getting him back here soon. He's getting treatment right now, but not a part of the on-the-field practice. Jason Murphy, a walk-on receiver from New Hanover that we have here, who's really a good football player. Christian Mattel, one of our signees from New Bern, who's not able to practice because of some surgery. We hope to maybe not bring Christian back as fast because we want him to rehab and be ready to go here. But Draymond Fairley is another one of ours, and Darren Dowdell, one of our tight ends we signed. We hope maybe get him back here, maybe sooner than think, but won't rush him back either. My feelings on injuries are when the professionals tell me they're ready to play, they'll play, and not before. It's not built on what I want or what our coaching staff wants, but we'll only move on any player who has injury when our professionals and our medical people tell us they can go, and when the young man feels he can go, and that's how we go with that. One of the strengths of our team will be our team chemistry. We have, I mentioned experience in my earlier comments, but the team chemistry that we have will be the key. And it was beginning to develop with last year's group through the season. The way we finished as a group, if we didn't have strong chemistry, we would not have finished the way we did. It carried over into the offseason, the first phase with Coach Connors, greatly. And when we attacked spring, you could tell that chemistry was there. after speaking with Coach Connors at one of our first staff meetings coming back, he just re-echoed and re-emphasized that point of it not only was there, but continued to get stronger. Our leadership core is the other thing that I'm very happy about. It's a large leadership core. It's one of the largest cores I've had personally, we've had here to help lead our group, help lead our team. Whereas we don't have to worry so much about finding the leaders. They're already there and they're taking over. They will not let us not have a bad practice. They will not let us have a bad day of practice, a day of work. So that's really gratifying to see. I've been asked at media days about expectations of our football team, which surprised me just a little bit, and I appreciate that. But at East Carolina, in my opinion, expectations have always been high. That's been the standard. That's why players have chosen to come here. That's why coaches have chosen to come here. They ask about being with a target on our back. We've always caught everybody's best shot. Now, I'm sure it did before I came, but every game I've coached here, we've caught every team's best shot when you watch them on film. So the expectations are welcome. They are very appreciative of us and our staff, but for us, it's a standard here. That's what we expect. We expect to contend and compete for championships. I've said that from the day I received the blessing of being the head coach here. But our team has to as well. The most important thing, in my opinion, if you heard me and you've been around me a little bit, is to keep the vision and the goal there. Understand the vision and the goal that you have. Expectations, you may call them. But understand the daily process is where I think this team has learned. Understanding how to attack each day, each rep, each period of practice, each off-season workout with Coach Connors, engaged and work in film study. Attacking that process is the key, and learning to keep that in a day-to-day, play-to-play, period-to-period type thought process will be the key in that. And that leadership core I mentioned earlier makes me feel very comfortable about being able to accomplish that. So we're looking forward to that, looking forward to continued progress. The days run in together. I had to ask what day this was already. I think it's Saturday, right? Am I correct? Okay, good. And that's how it gets. That's the fun part. We don't know what day it is. And because you're here, it's football time. Our wives know it. Our children know it. My girls are home right now visiting me. They know I'll be home when I get home. That's how it is. We love you and they know, but they're football kids and football wives and football families. This is an exciting time of the year for us as coaches. And especially when you have a group of kids that we have here. I think some of the keys for us this year as well as the team chemistry will be making sure we maintain our mental toughness and physical toughness. Being a smart football team week to week, doing a great job with ball security and takeaways defensively, making sure we never neglect execution and fundamentals on all three sides of the football. And I'm looking forward to us, and I tell you what, since spring and these earlier days, the kids have attacked that process. So I'm happy you're here. Glad you guys are here. Some of you have been around each other since my initial day of press conference, and I really appreciate you and what you do. And if you haven't been here, we welcome you and glad you joined the group.
Ever since the off season, we talked about our goals, and you could tell when we were working out in the off season that everyone was in on it. And we're going after that goal, and we can't wait to get pads on. We're working on it right now. We want to be perfect because ever since I've been here, they've just talked about the defense letting the team down, and they're the reasons why we lost and all that stuff. So I'm sick of reading all the magazines and all that stuff, and we're ready.
The overall goal, of course, as a team is to get this conference championship, and that would mean more to me than any individual awards. I've been here, since my freshman year. We've grown so much, as a team. So for us to be here today, it came so fast, and the growth we've made from the first year I've been here to now, is special. And it's one of those things where I'm really grasping the moment and just really loving the moment.
We've always had high expectations, but Coach Smith coming in has kind of raised the bar a little bit, and he's brought a new intensity and some new schemes here and there. So I think it's going to be good. And I think the bar has been raised. We expect more out of ourselves. I don't think we need to be where we've been in the past, and we want to be the backbone of the entire team.
Yeah, you know, that's definitely something that Coach Ruff really emphasizes is there's three sides of the football: offense, defense, and special teams. And, you know, I think the whole team embraces that, you know, aspect of the game, and I think it's a exciting thing when you get that, and I think it could be very dangerous. And, you know, if you utilize those positions, and I think, you know, this team will, you know, do that.
It's obviously a lot different going into it mindset. You know, I'm already at the position. For me, it's just kind of coming in and just being a strong vocal leader. Kind of something I've stepped up a lot this offseason, spring, going into summer and everything, and just continue to grow in that aspect of my position. And, you know, I obviously have always had a lot of confidence in myself. I think any player would say the same. This year, obviously, you know, I got a whole season underneath my belt. I've been able to watch that film. I've been able to get better and know what I have to get better in myself physically and mentally. Learning new things in this offense, getting better at the physical aspect of certain things, whether it's footwork, whether it's arm strength, you know, those small things that I can just continue to get better and me feel more confident in myself.
I feel like, in my opinion, we could be as good as we let ourselves be. The good thing about offense is the defense has to react to you. So as long as you execute and do the things that you're supposed to do, it should work. And we have a great scheme, and Coach Riley and all the offensive coaches have done a tremendous job of just getting the offense ready. And I feel like as long as we don't have mental mistakes, physical mistakes happen, people get beat, that's understandable. But the thing that's been killing us in the last 2 or 3 years is mental mistakes have destroyed us. We've played 9 or 10-man football and not 11-man football. If we can just get all 11 men to do their job, I don't think there's any defense in the country that can stop us.